Good afternoon, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Welcome to this Friday, 27th of January. Gee, January's going quick. It's the day after Australia Day. But anyway, welcome to Dave in his shed for this update on a Friday. Here are the Puffin Billy Railway in Victoria. If you know what the PVR is, these are rolling stock as running on Puffin Billy Railway. It's actually Victorian Railways narrow gauge rolling stock, but it's as runs on the PBR. These are some stuff I was playing with. If anybody wants the STL files, usual thing, let me know. I will share them. These are a Creative Commons license, so they're pretty much share, play with. I did do my own bogies. They're good enough for display purposes, but can't really run them. I will have to chase up some better bogies, or print the bogies out of something that like ABS, which is a bit finer and a bit harder. We'll look into that. It's one of those things to do. So there we are. We've got a passenger van. They're the ones that the tourists sit in, legs hang out the windows. I've got to paint the tarps green yet, like I did on the other cars. But anyway, it's not bad. Not bad. Good enough for the collection. That's a louvered van. Don't ask me what the codes are. I don't know off the top of my head. There is a guards van as used on Puffin Billy Railway. They've got a few of those. One of those bits and pieces. Over here, Nuts Railways. This is ON18 scale, which is O scale, running on N scale track. Represents about 15-inch railway, compared to the other one, which represents ON30, which represents about a 30-inch. That's running today. I just thought I should have something running. Always just showing you stuff, but this is a pretty much, you can set it up and run. Let it run round and round, chuck laps, so it's easy to video and have it running in the background. You can see the little... I had to rebuild the crane. We had some assistance from a pussycat in realigning it, and yeah, so I had to make a few structural rebuilds on that one. Don't know if you can tell where I've reinforced and glued sections in, but anyway, the scrapyard crane needed a bit of work. This runs DCC, but I use the Barkman Easy DCC, which is easy to run and set up. So it's DCC, but easy DCC, so it's pretty much standard DCC compatible. But you can only you've only got 10 addresses on the controls. So once you get on this, I only have 2 locos that I've built in this scale, so it doesn't really matter. So that's really easy for a little route like this. Yeah, it's DCC, so all the advantages of DCC. But yeah, on the easy DCC system, you only have address 1 to 10. And even that, the best thing about it is address 10 can actually be standard DC, not DCC, which is a brilliant system. So if you don't have a loco on DCC 10, you can run your analog logos as loco 10 under the DCC system. Good system. Anyway, let's have a look on the workbench. The Sydney P-Class tram. These are built to 1/4 inch scale. Now this is, and I'm sorry I don't know your name, but there was somebody out there who wanted me to do a P-Class for them, and I was having hassles doing the P-Class. This one's a pretty successful, complete one. So if you're that person out there who wanted the P-Class, and I said no, I couldn't do it, I was having issues, I now have one. So this can be yours if you want it. Sing out who you are. I've forgotten your name, sorry. There is a P-Class that can be shipped. Saying that, I'm not a kit manufacturer, but if there's something you really want done or something to help out with, give me a yell and I'll help you with what I can. I'll do my best, but yeah. Now, Sydney R-Class tram. That's one of the latest prints of playing with that. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for Dave. Once again, it's a 1/4 inch scale. Call these caricatures, because if you know what a Sydney R is, you look and go, oh, that's a Sydney R-Class. Well, that's good enough for me. A few scale inaccuracies, a few bits and pieces to help me print them better, but they are. That's a Sydney R. We do have somewhere, hang on. That's a Sydney R1. The difference is the doors. There was also another one called the Sydney R1 or Sydney R Modified, which was when some of the R1s went in for a service, they changed the doors to look like a R1. Sorry, so when one of the R cars went into service, some of them they remodified them to look like more like a R1, but the windows are a bit different, so they called them R modified or R1 modified. Anyway, So that's, yeah, anyway, look at that. So that is a Sydney R class, because originally when they started building them, they have 2 doors, but for the sake of unloading and that, they then created the R1s with 1 door. Just more space, unload quicker. Anyway, that's the story. Well, over here, talking about Sydney trams, we do have the Sydney P class. That's a completed and painted up P class. Oh, the light's not the best. As opposed to the one that is on the bench. And P classes could run in multiple units, so I've got one in, yeah, that light's going to fade up. Got one in 1/4 inch, one is roughly HO. There's some Brisbane cars next to it. Behind it, Sydney SW6s. Brisbane SW6s, not Sydney SW6s, Dave, get your facts right. So they are, yeah, Sydney P class, that's all painted up and done. That is the Sydney P, so like this 2 bit. Over here, just to be different while I talk about the tram, we have a Sydney PR1. Okay, so they were the P class tram, but rebuilt with the body of a R1 window style and door style. So they are a PR1. Bottom one's 1/4 inch, top one is then HO. Now they only did 4 of these, I think, 4 or 5. I think it's 4 from memory. So I've actually almost built the entire Sydney PR1 fleet. So when the Ps went in, they were remanufacturing them into the R1 corridor style, but that didn't last. I think they did 4. Interesting thing about these, on one end of the car it has 5 windows, and on one end of the car it has 6 windows, if you look at that. That makes it interesting. Good trap if you're not checking out your plans and not watching you're doing. I almost stuffed up completely. But yes, yeah, one of the vestibules has 6 windows, the other one has 5. Interesting. So, yeah. So once again, this is the R class, and the R1 has centre doors. It was just to load people in and out quicker and make more seating space in the corridor cars. So that's, yeah, so if you are the person who wanted the P class, get in touch. There's one here. Quick look at printers before we go. This one's working fine, just not working today. This is the one where it's got a sensor issue. Now, I was going to pull it apart and pull the sensor out, but then I went and checked my paperwork. It's still under warranty. Only by a month, but it's still under warranty. So I'm chasing a warranty repair on that. I've been sending emails to the website, not a lot of success. They're trying to say, oh, no, you've got to arrange to send it to such and such. Emails back and forth, so see what happens. But I just looked at it the other day and said, yep, it's under warranty. Why should I pull it out and change the sensor? Let the company who sent it to me. It's only just under warranty, so hopefully we'll try that. The Runuts. Okay, down the back quickly. Neighbour's compressor's running. That's not my compressor. You hear the compressor in the background and it's loud that even I can hear it. That's John's next door. People blame me when John's compressor running. They go, oh, I left the compressor on, I have to come out for a call. It's John's, not mine. Here we are printing a Sydney R1 because I'm having a crack at the R1. And over here, the mystery machine, I won't tell you what we're having a crack at, what it's printing. I'll leave that as a mystery surprise. But it's a whole new model as well, a new idea I had working on that. This machine, I had to do a dodgy fix with a cable tie. It's got a wiring harm playing up. It was chucking all these really silly heat temperature sensors. So I changed the heats. I thought the temperature sensor might be dodgy on the print head, and I changed all that, and it worked for about 2 minutes, and then it chucking up these errors. It turned out, and I've had to crimp it with a cut. I don't know if you can see it. The connector, or the new board I changed, it could be dodgy. But anyway, I've done a dodgy repair with the cable tie, crimped up the wiring harness, and it seems to be running. Because I changed everything. Oh yeah, I thought temperature sensor. Yeah, no, anyway, so it's running. These things are temperamental. Don't want to spend too much money on this because I will replace it. I will buy myself another, eventually, another Ender S1 because they're brilliant. That's this one. So that's about it. We're almost at the 10-minute mark. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Happy belated Australia Day to our Australian friends. Have fun. Now, once again, like and subscribe. And if you've got any questions, or you're interested in actually having a go at printing any of this stuff, or interested in my files, give me a shout. We'll sort you out. Hey, that should be my channel slogan. Give us a shout and I'll sort you out. So have a good week, folks. We've got a few projects on the go that we can talk about during the week and bits and pieces. And remember, if you are the gentleman out there who wanted a P class, let me know. I would say there's one here on the workbench with your name on it, but I've forgotten who you are. But there is one here. And next week we'll probably have a R and an R1 and some other mystery tram car to show you. That's all for now. See you later. Bye from Dave in the Shed.